Hi, it's me, Maxene from Manila. Thank you so much again for being here. For those of you who have been watching and following my vlogs, I really appreciate your presence. Thank you. I hope you're having a wonderful time while watching this. In case you're wondering, yes, I'm in a different place. I'm in Hong Kong. Crazy. I woke up in Hong Kong today because this is how I choose to celebrate Women's Month. I just want to share that I actually just came from Manila. I just finished giving 2 wonderful talks at these amazing women's empowerment events, which I believe we really need more of in the world today. I really wish and dream of seeing more people, more women supporting each other, being there for each other. I think it's time that we stop competing, comparing ourselves to one another, tearing each other down. We have to lift each other up. So for this episode, welcome to episode 3. This is the episode about Women's Month. This is how I chose to celebrate Women's Month this year. And so I'm going to take you back to Manila, take you with me, and show you and share with you the energy that we were able to create at those 2 events. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this Women's Month episode that we created especially for you. We are here celebrating the 4th anniversary of the In Life Sheroes for their Women's Empowerment event. So later today, we will be having a panel discussion where 3 panelists, me, Jana Berenguer, and Miss Donita Rose, the 3 of us will be sharing different lessons and insights that we gained in our own personal journeys. And we will share these insights with our guests here so that the women who need inspiration and guidance for their own journeys will be able to hopefully get some answers. So I'm gonna take you with me where I'm going to be later on for the panel discussion here at Insular Life. So this is I think a mini theater here. And I honestly got surprised. I didn't know it was gonna be like this. So this is the stage. Hi. Wow, I'm shocked. I'm honestly at a loss for words because I can't believe that I used to be all over the place. I was a party girl who was very lost, and then now I'm here giving a talk to hopefully empower other women. It's just that really feels so good to me that my story will finally be able to serve its purpose, that I will be able to share some lessons, some insights, and it's just mind-blowing to me how I can see now that I'm here, literally standing on this stage, about to share my story, and it's just amazing. It's God's work.
Okay. Ngayon naman, let's meet our final panelist, an actress, model, host, and yoga and meditation teacher. Recently, she broke her silence over her separation from her husband as well as her challenges for the past couple of years. Having been diagnosed with complex post-traumatic stress disorder, she finds that yoga and meditation help her hold space for all her repressed emotions. A mental health advocate, please welcome Miss Maxene Magalona!
That, lalo na with social media, we want everything to look perfect and we get lost in that. So we must never forget that even if we want to look good and perfect, what matters most is what's underneath. And when what is inside is working and it is healthy, the outside will naturally follow, diba?
We celebrate Women's Month every March, and here in the Philippines, we started this tradition back in 1988. And Women's Month is celebrated every March to remind ourselves that as women, we are strong, we are resilient, we equally have a place in this world. This is a great reminder that we have to celebrate ourselves as women in society today if we want to really become better at what we do in our careers and also as human beings, we really need to learn how to celebrate ourselves and our milestones. And this is what Women's Month is about. So we are here right now at the 2023 She Talks Asia Summit here at the Globe Tower in BGC. And I'm very honored because they invited me to be a guest speaker here at one of their panel discussions where the topic is all about rebuilding yourself, rebuilding your self-esteem, self-confidence. And you know, when it comes to topics like this, I can just keep going on and on because I love working on myself. There's a lot that I still need to work on, and I'm a never-ending process. It's a never-ending, beautiful healing journey, and I'm excited to share the lessons that I've learned along the way, and I'm also excited to learn from our other panelists. So I believe She Talks Asia and what they're trying to do is very important for the feminism movement, that we need to empower ourselves as women so that we can be better individuals, especially since we have a lot of tasks as women. You know, there are a lot of moms who have their jobs and their children to take care of. So, you know, women need as much strength and support that they can get. So what She Talks Asia does is it brings together these different women and give them these different kinds of talks, different seminars that will be able to help them and aid them in their own healing journey. Congratulations. This is amazing what you guys are doing. It's a very good example what you're setting. Because what would you say the importance of women getting together and working together instead of fighting and comparing and competing with each other?
You know, it's heavily ingrained in women to kind of compare ourselves with others because it's heavily ingrained for us to be perfect. We're hardwired, we're conditioned from when we're children to be everything. And so we can have that tendency to compare, to divide and conquer, diba? Parang very, Regina George.
Mean Girls.
Mean Girls, you know, when you're young. But actually, we can instead gather and strengthen. I think instead of dividing and conquering, we gather and strengthen because it is when we come together that we are our most powerful selves. And also within ourselves, when we rebuild, when we make ourselves whole, that's when we become our most powerful.
My question for you is, since the topic of this event is rebuilding, and during the pandemic, you know, that was the time for us to really rebuild ourselves. Was there something that you learned about yourself and na nagulat ka, or like something new about yourself that you didn't know, and then it actually helped you grow into an even better version of yourself, and now you take with you after the pandemic?
If there was anything I was rebuilding or a hard lesson that I learned, it's how to be a better parent, how to be a better mom. I guess because, so from being single to getting married to like having your first child, and then I had a second child as well. Parang there was pressure to like be a good mom and then get back to your career. So it was like a lot of juggling, and I hadn't really figured out what kind of parent I wanted to be. Parang I wanted to work hard for my family and for myself, but at the same time wanted to be a good parent. So I think the pandemic allowed me to do that because everything suddenly shifted to work from home for a few months. And then saka lang slowly it happened. So I just, I guess what I rebuilt was knowing how I wanted to be present for my children. Because now I guess we realize this, we all grew up with issues in our family growing up, and so we hope to do a better job when we're the ones given now. And I love my parents so much, but at the same time, I know how I want to be a parent as well. So it's that, that yes, I can work and be busy in my career. I can do all the stuff I want to do, but I have to be present for my children. Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing. We definitely need more present parents in the world today because that's really going to build a better connection with your child, right? So we are now here with Miss Lynn Pinugu, one of the founders of She Talks Asia. Congratulations on your event. It's so amazing. I said a while ago that I really feel the divine feminine energy.
Thank you so much for saying that because, you know, that's really our objective. The idea behind She Talks Asia is to be able to create these safe spaces where women can just be, right? You know, oftentimes there's so much pressure to be a certain way, to be perfect or, you know, to look like you have everything together. And we need safe spaces wherein we can just unravel. And thank you also for your vulnerability and for sharing your stories and your advice with the ladies.
Yeah, because if it helped me, I want to share those tips, diba? Para we can all heal together. The event just ended and I'm just, I feel amazing. I feel fulfilled because I was able to share so much of what I've learned in my journey, and this really gives, what I went through so much purpose and meaning, and I'm very, very grateful. I'm very, very honored to be able to speak in front of these women and to share with them a piece of my heart, because this is me being vulnerable. And I figured that, if my pain can help others deal with their own pain, then I don't mind sharing the lessons that I've learned. Mental health, learning to rebuild yourself, healing yourself, this is a very intense and heavy topic. So what we need to do is to really approach it with humor, with lightness, with clarity, not any more heaviness. So that's what I learned in our talk today, to really just let things be and to let our experience just happen and flow naturally without needing to control anything. Because when you keep controlling others, you won't be able to rebuild yourself. Stop controlling others and start focusing on yourself and rebuilding yourself. For the younger ones out there, bless your hearts, bless your souls. You're so young. You have so much ahead of you. Please don't get sucked into the social media game, because it's all just for fun. There's no need to compare yourself. You are so unique and special in your own way. So how you will be able to find your authentic voice is to really connect to yourself. What I wish someone told me when I was much younger was to really get to know myself before anything else. I wish someone told me to get to know myself on a deeper level and to really spend more time just by being myself, just by being with myself. So I wish someone told me that. So for you young ones out there, stop chasing boys. Young girls, stop chasing boys. Chase your own heart, chase your own soul. Please connect to yourself, connect to God, and work on your passions, work on finding what really makes your heart beat, So just focus on you, focus on your dreams, keep working on yourself, and I promise you the universe will bless you and align with you all the desires that you have in your heart in this lifetime. So there you go. That's what happened at those two events. Thank you again so much to In Life and She Talks Asia for having me. I felt so empowered after. And before we wrap this Women's Month episode, I actually have one more surprise for all of you. In the last episode where we did, someone asked me if I had some advice for my younger self. And it actually inspired me to ask my friends if they had some advice for their younger selves. And this is what they had to say.
Okay, so I have a message for my younger self. It took me a minute to get this together, but here we go. Number 1, first and foremost, please, let's aim for progress and not perfection. Let's just start there. It's okay to ask for help. You can't do everything alone, and you don't have to. Relationships are not the answer to everything. They will not complete you. Repair the relationship with yourself. You're going to have a lot of heartache, but you're going to learn from them. Rest is not earned. Listen to your body. If you need rest, if you need sleep, do not feel guilty. Your worth is not measured in your productivity or what time you get up in the morning. Now it's going to get really, really messy before things start to make sense. So pay attention to the messy parts, because that's where growth happens. You don't have to figure everything out overnight. Please keep this in mind. Oh yeah, please don't cut your bangs. Yeah, don't do it. Just have someone else do it for you. Go to a professional. They know what they're doing. And lastly, please be good to yourself. I love you and I am proud of you.
Akong advice para sa younger self ko, sasabihin ko sa kanya na good things, great things take time. So, just be patient. Lahat tayo may kanya-kanyang chapter sa buhay natin. Enjoy nyo lang yung process because there is a time for everything.
Hi, my name's Jana. What would I tell my younger self? Well, there are two things I would want to tell my younger self. Number 1 is live in the moment. Like, don't feel the pressure of life too much that you will forget to enjoy your younger self. That brings us to number 2, enjoy your youth, because your youth is something that you will never gain back. No matter how much money you make, you'll never turn back time, go back to your youth. Yeah, so enjoy your youth. Now's the time to make mistakes, I guess. Take everything as a lesson, whether it's a good or bad experience. Everything's a lesson, you know. Whatever you do, whatever happens, that's fate, and all that you can do is, you know, all you have control is the next step. So yeah, don't be afraid.
Maxene, congratulations on your YouTube channel, and the advice that I can give to my younger self: don't lose hope. Either way, when you're facing a big problem, things work themselves out. Don't focus so much on the problem, but focus on finding solutions. And when you're doing things on a daily basis, whatever these things are, make sure that they're towards progressing yourself to be a better person in terms of being confident, working on your skills and your craft, and then loving yourself, being true and honest with yourself, loving yourself, finding out what are the things you like and dislike, and then really just, you know, honing and learning who you are so that in the future you could be a better person. And then staying healthy. Don't do too many vices. Don't do too many late nights out. Be generous and kind to yourself in terms of health and exercise. And obviously, food is medicine, diet is everything. And I do believe that do things on a daily basis so that the future self or your future you can pat you on the back and thank you for being such an awesome person to yourself. Anyway, thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Hi Max! Congratulations on your YouTube channel. I'm certain it's going to be insightful, informative, and very nourishing to the conscious community. Thank you for including me to share a message to my younger self. So if I did have this opportunity to give some advice to my younger self, though my younger self is always with me, but if I had my younger self, my 20-year-old self in front of me, I would tell her to please learn and hone in on what self-value really represents to me. Because it's not the validation I get from work projects, it's not the appreciation I receive from everyone around me. I want myself to be mindful and to live in my own confident abundance that I am worthy, I am deserving, and to really appreciate and honor and respect what self-value is in my beingness. I need you to learn that, young Joey, because I had to learn it as older Joey. But all good, I would probably want to give a heads up to myself then for that, because I would totally benefit from it. Everyone would. So that's my message for my younger self, which I do practice and carry on with me at this current timeline. Thanks, Max, for including me. All the best for your channel. Lots of love.
I would tell myself to stop cultivating the energy of fear, because everything will work itself out. And if it doesn't at the moment, then it's okay. That's great, because we accept challenges, because this is where our power lies. We get lessons in return about ourselves, how to become more resilient, or whatever it is that we need to learn at that moment. If you're open, you will learn it. So God actually sends us these lessons in the form of trials, and it really, as cliche as it may sound, it really does make us better, and it's part of our evolution as humans. And you know, God is a God of order, so even in the chaos, also a meaning behind it. So nothing goes to waste, and don't be too hard on yourself. People make mistakes, and it's okay. You learn from it and become better. So just relax.
Hello, this is Michelle Madrigal. I hope you guys are doing well. What would I tell my younger self? I would tell her to enjoy life. To be honest, your 20s should be your selfish years. This is the time to explore, to get to know yourself. I know that in my 20s, in my younger years, I really focused on relationships, and I felt like I abandoned myself at some point dahil lagi ako nagkikater sa ibang tao. I always prioritize their needs bago yung sa akin. And I feel like now that I'm a mother, I'm a divorced mother, going through that, when you are in your 30s and when the time comes, and I'm not just saying that in just your 30s, now when the time comes, now you have to sacrifice a lot. Women do sacrifice a lot, right? Pag naging nanay ka na, you take a step back with your career and all of these other things. You become a wife, you become a life partner, you become a mom. And at the same time, you also try to find your identity when you go through all these transitions, right? So your younger years should be your most selfish years, to get to know what you truly want, get to know who you really are, heal yourself from past traumas, enjoy the world, travel, meet people, and just take it one day at a time. Don't rush it. Don't listen to what society says na, oh, you're 28, dapat may asawa ka na, may anak ka na. It should be really up to you when you feel ready. Because at the end of the day, hindi naman sila ang magsasacrifice, it's you. So listen to what your heart says. Believe that you can do anything you set your mind to. Have the strength and the courage to say no and set your boundaries. Because I promise you, once you are in your 30s and once you actually decide to settle down, it will all be worth it. And again, just love yourself. Keep loving yourself because no one else will do that for you. You only have you. Even if mag-asawa ka na, may anak ka na, you only have yourself. You can only rely on yourself. So, yeah, that's what I would really tell my younger self. And don't forget to pray, believe, and enjoy life. Don't rush into anything. Happy Women's Month.
3 things that I would tell my younger self, and not just my younger self, but at any stage of my life, even until now. First thing is, don't strive to be pretty or don't strive to be beautiful, but strive to be interesting. Beauty is candy. Everyone knows that if it fades, then it's gone. But interesting sticks. So just learn, never stop learning, read, be aware of what goes on around you, be aware of what goes on in the world, and be critical of things that the things that matter to you, and fight for it if you can. Okay, number 2, challenge yourself. Always challenge yourself. If something does not challenge you, it will not make you grow, or it will not help you grow. I like the challenge. Me, I like the hard stuff because that's where I learn. That's where I discover things about myself. So a lot of self-discovery is made when you're doing the hard stuff, and you want to do that. You want to know yourself a lot more. And number 3, reward yourself. Don't forget, and that's not just a pat in the back. I mean, a lot of women are left or get stuck in a rut because they don't have the money for it. So if you are working, or if you are making your own money, mag-iwan kayo ng konti para sa inyo at sa inyo lang. Sa inyo yung pera na yan. Yung pinagtrabahuhan nyo. And keep it in a safe place, put it in a bank or whatever. Just keep it first, and then reward yourself later on when you feel like you need some perk up or something that makes you feel good. Kailangan yun, because you are doing a great job and you're doing all that you can as a woman in this world, in this crazy world. So for all of us women, Happy Women's Month. And thank you, Maxene, for giving me this opportunity.
Hi, young ladies! Happy Women's Month to all of us. Maxene has asked me to send a message on what I would tell my younger self. So upon reflection, don't fret, because one of the things while you're young is really finding what it is you want to do in life. And that has been a problem for many girls, not really knowing what they want to do. And don't fret. The best way to know is just to get to know yourself better, understand what makes you happy, what are your passions, and then you will find your answer. Because I struggled with that. It took me a long time. I did not finish my college because I didn't know what course I wanted to take. And eventually it was revealed to me that I wanted a career as a journalist. The first day I went to a newsroom, I was so energized and I knew that this was going to be my future. So don't fret if you don't know what it is you want to do in life. It will reveal itself as long as you take pains, you take the time to really know your innermost desires and passions. Happy Women's Month!
Thank you! Wow, so much wisdom, so many gems. I am so grateful to each and every one of you, to my girlfriends who sent their pieces of advice. We all learned something. And me personally, I know you and I've seen you grow and I love who you are today and I celebrate you. Happy Women's Month. So to everyone watching, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I don't know about you, but I feel so empowered. I feel so strong and so connected to my divine feminine energy. So please, stay strong to all the women out there. Don't let anyone tell you that your dreams are too big or that you're too small to do anything. No. That's not true. Believe in yourself and believe me, you will really go so far. So just keep going, stay strong, and I love you all. I'm actually in the middle of shooting episode 4. I'm here checked in at the Figo Hotel in Hong Kong, so I have to go. I'm very excited for this one. This is, wow, I can't wait for you guys to watch this. Please stay tuned. This is gonna be a good one. Bye!
Let's go back to Eden. Let's go back in time.